Monday, we open 10, we closing 8:30 p.m. Tuesday, we open 10, we closed 8:30. Wednesday, we open 10, we closed 8:30. Thursday is busy nights. We open 10, we close 11:30 p.m. There is mistyping here, not a.m. Please correct. On Thursday, we open 10 a.m., we close 11:30 p.m., not a.m. Mistyping. Thursday, busy nights. That's why we close 11. The rest of the days, we close 8:30. And Thursday, it's a busy night. Friday, another busy night. We open 10, we close 1:30 a.m. 1:30 a.m. See, guys, so basically, only you have differences in Sunday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. For the preparation of the day, opening, get your pen ready. Because you need to start highlighting. For the preparation of the day, following staff are required 1 hour before start. Put highlight on 1 hour. What does this mean? This means, guys, that people, if you open at 10, people who coming in the morning, they should come at 9. Okay, be careful in your roster. If you open at 10, you should bring people to the opening 1 hour before. Put line under 1 hour. This is point number 1. What I did, guys, when I developed the roster, I did the roster. I put all these requirements on a draft of paper in front of me, and I start developing my roster. In 2 hours, it's been done. You do the same. All the requirements here, you put them on a draft paper. Don't keep them on your computer. You'll get stuck. Trust me. Then, next point. One of the managers to open the restaurant. One of the managers should be every morning. Either you or John. Put line under it. I need to say every morning there is a manager in the opening. He's doing the opening 1 hour before. Either you and John. One chef, we still in the opening, guys. So here, put the opening. When we come to the closing, we will tell you. Now we are in the opening. This is what I did on my draft paper. I put opening, what the requirements for the opening. Closing, what the requirements for the closing. Staff, what's the request? And then I start doing my roster. Otherwise, you cannot. Trust. Follow my rule. Follow my advice. Okay? Now we're still in the opening. One chef and one helper for the pre-food preparation. One chef and one helper. From where you'll get the helper? There is no helpers there. The helper will be another chef. That means 2 chefs for pre-food preparation, 1 hour before. 2 waiters to clean up and set up. 2 waiters to clean up and set up. So in every morning, 1 manager, 2 chefs, 1 will be helper and 1 chef, and 2 waiters to clean up and set up. The restaurant opening times for customer is as below. So as I told you, this is the opening. We give you the opening and the close. For the closing, now put the closing. So now we know the requirement for the opening. What's the requirement for the closing? For the closing, following staff are required for 30 minutes at the end of the day. Oh. You need to schedule people 30 minutes more after the official closing time, because people, they need to clean up. So in the opening, you schedule them 1 hour before. For the closing, you keep them 30 minutes after the official closing. So if you close at 8:30 p.m., make sure you schedule people till 9 p.m., 30 minutes more. Why? Because, you know, the closing, we need to close the till, we need to close the cash register, we need to clean up, we need to remove the setup, right? So we need 30 minutes at least. For the closing, one of the managers to close the restaurant. So one will be in the opening and one will be in the closing. Put line under this. If the manager is not available, wow, chef or head waiter should handle the process. Please, please put line under this. Chef or head waiter should handle the process. That means, guys, if your manager is not available, chef, he can do it. Head waiter, he can do it. There is no head waiter between the roles that they give it to us. They gave it to us. Select one of the waiters, you. Select one of the waiters and give him or her a position as a head waiter. This is what I did. Because there is no head waiters there. I select one person and I give him head waiter position. Again, if the manager not available to do the closing, chef or head waiter. And you need to use them, guys. Don't count on the managers. This is called the mix-up duties. You remember in task 1, when we spoke about combining duties, staff with multiple tasks, mix-up duties. This is called mix-up duties. People, they can cover each other. Chef, he can cover the manager. The head waiter, he can cover the manager. And this is the way it should be. Your roster cannot be developed, to be honest. Honestly speaking, you can't do the roster if you are relying on managers. You should rely on combining duties, mix up skills. This is called cross training, cross skills. When I developed my roster, I used the chef and the head waiter to do the closing. Because the managers, they kill me. They are permanent. They can't work more than 38. It was very hard on me. So I use the chefs, I use the head waiters to do this. I'm giving you the keys. 2 waiters to clean up the kitchen. This is in the closing and restaurant areas. So now you know what the requirement for the opening and what's the requirement for the closing. Trust me, guys, don't rely on managers. Rely on mixing up duties. And there is so many mixing up in the rest of the scenario. They will help you. The waiter, he can do another job as well. That's very important. You rely on this. Don't rely on the initial position for each one. That means chef, you will need to work as a chef, head waiter, only head waiter, manager, only manager. No. Mixing up people. Manager, he can do the waiter job, and you will use him in the scenario. This is what they are saying. General information on day-to-day operation. That's why, guys, if you understand the scenario, easily you will do it in 2 hours. The restaurant requires that John or you, both managers, are on for closing. If not possible, high rate, 20% extra must be paid to the casual staff member in charge. Very good. This is very important information. If you or John not available on closing, not only the chef, not only the head waiter, any casual staff can do it. Waiter, bartender, any casual staff, and you need to use them. But there is one condition. You pay him 20% extra on the top of his or her initial payment. So any casual staff can be in charge, can do the closing, but 20% extra. One bartender is required. from restaurant opening till 6 p.m. Please add this to the opening. Add this to the opening. You need every day one bartender from the opening, 1 hour before the opening till 6 p.m. One bartender should be there. After so every day you should have 3 bartenders, one in the morning till 6 p.m. and 2 after 6 p.m. Busy nights. Bar on Thursday and Friday nights should run full capacity with 3 bartender. Oh my goodness, another information. On Thursday and Friday nights you should have 3 bartender. Put line under this. On Thursday, and so the normal days you just need 1 till 6 p.m. in the morning and 2 in the night. And Thursday and Friday, 1 in the morning and 3 after 6 p.m. Because Thursday and Friday is the peak days, is the peak nights. Manager can share the duties of waiter, bartender, or chef when required. Please highlight it. That's very important. And you need to use managers like this. See, guys, manager can be the waiter. Manager can be the bartender. Manager can be the chef. In my roster, I use the managers as bartenders because you will not have enough bartenders, especially Friday, Thursday. This is another hint. I'm giving you another key, another hint. I used manager as a bartenders because you're not gonna get enough bartenders to cover. See how many bartenders we have. They are only 3. And some days you need 4. 1 in the morning, especially Friday and Thursday, and 3. From where you will get 1 more. So manager can share. Put them as waiters, put them as bartenders, put them as the chefs. But for my roster, I didn't use managers as chefs or waiters because we have good number of chefs and good number of waiters. But I use them as bartenders. Waiters and bartenders are able to perform the same duties. Please highlight it. See, guys, even waiters and bartenders can do the same job. This will help you with the roster, trust me. Don't rely on the initial position for each person. This is called combining duties, combining, and we spoke about combining a lot. However, both need to be present in a shift to ensure complementary mix. For example, when a bartender helps a waiter, nothing important here. So only put line under waiters and bartenders are able to perform the same duties. Next point. See, guys, these are the requirements. Put these requirements in front of you and start developing the roster. Maximum, each employee can work 10 hours a day. Be careful. Casuals, maximum 10 hours a day. A day, no, sorry, not casuals, for full-time permanent. So you and John, because you are permanent, you work 10 hours maximum. And 7 hours day for casual. Don't schedule casuals more than 7 hours. So put line under this. 10 hours for managers, because you are only permanent, full-time, and 7 hours for casuals a day. Another requirements, put line with socio-culture friendly and family friendly initiatives. This restaurant is socio-culture friendly. Respect this restaurant, he respect religions, and he's family friendly. Married staff can request to set their working hours till 9 p.m. Married staff, they can't work after 9 p.m. Who are the married staff? Still, we have no information. We don't know who are the married staff. But please highlight it. The married staff, you should not schedule them after 9 p.m. because the business is family friendly. Social culture friendly. We spoke about this. You remember in task 1. They respect the religions and the cultures of the people, and they respect the family commitment. So don't schedule the married people. So far, there is no information who are the married staff, but we will know later on. There are 16 tables in the restaurant with 4 customers each. Bar can handle 15 customers at a time. Good. For staff ratio, at a peak time, 1 waiter can cater 4 tables at a time for a normal day, and 1 waiter can look after 8 tables. Very good service. Professional waiters. The restaurant has 2 roster period for Saturday to Wednesday. Morning to afternoon till 3 p.m. focusing on food, breakfast and lunch. This is general information. There is some general information, but when I ask you to highlight, it means important information. 3 p.m. onwards with focus on food and bar. This is general information. For Thursday and Friday, restaurant has 3 roster period. Morning to afternoon till 3 p.m. breakfast and lunch, 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. focusing on food and bar, 10 p.m. onwards focusing on bar. This is general information. This is general information, doesn't help you a lot with the roster. Part A, roster number 1. Please put next to part A, roster week 1. If you didn't follow my advice, you'll get stuck. The restaurant is focused on providing mouth-watering and lavish Italian food during the daytime and entertaining lively bar for the evening and late nights. Based on the information provided in the scenario and assumptions provided below, develop staff roster week 1. So you have all the information and the scenario, and there is some assumptions as well. What are the assumptions before you develop week 1? So you know the opening, you know the closing, you know the maximum number of hours for each employees, you know the opening time and the closing time, right? Now we have some extra as well. You know the combining duties of the staff. There is some extra requirements for week 1 roster. The above scenario is the general requirements. Is the general requirements for the 3 roster. Now, in every part, we have different requirements for each week. So, again, the above scenario is the general information for all roster. But in each part, we have specific requirements for each week. For week 1 roster, what we have? John. John. Who's John? He's the manager. Cannot work on Saturday. He has personal commitment. Put line. You are on compassionate leave on Sunday. Wow. You, the second manager. You are on compassionate leave on Sunday. So John cannot work and on Saturday and you on Sunday. Sally and Faye have informed that they will not be able to come to work on Thursday and Friday. Put please line under this. Sally and Faye, they cannot work on Thursday and Friday. So what I did, guys, on a piece piece of paper, draft paper. I put all the general information, general requirements from the scenario, opening, closing, maximum number of hours, combining duties, how many people we need in the morning, how many people we need in the closing. I put them. Then I put week 1 requirements, like John doesn't work on Saturday, you on compassionate leave, Sally and Faye, blah, blah, and I start developing my week 1. Week 1 is the main one. Put your effort on week 1 roster. Once it's been done, week 2 and week 3 is very simple, just some update. It is an update. So week 1 is the main one. 2.1. Today is Thursday morning. Based on the above information, prepare roster for the coming week from Saturday to Friday. So based on the scenario information, based on part A information, develop your week 1 roster. This should be on the week 1 sheet. The sheet I give it to you. Week 1 sheet. So part A 2.1 should be on week 1 sheet. Based on the above scenario information, based on the assumptions in part A, develop your roster. Only 60% of the total income is allowed as a labor cost. See, guys, your budget is 60% of the revenue. Go back to the revenue. I told you to put line under revenue. See why I asked you to put line? The revenue is 26,500, correct? A week. Only 60% of the 26,500 is the money that you can use for the wages. But anyway, 60% is going to be 14,000 something. I already put them on the sheets. Don't worry about the numbers. I already calculated the 60% and I put them on the sheet. You just need to keep an eye on the final at the end of each sheet. See, guys, if you look at the sheets, you find numbers at the end. One of the numbers is the 14,000 something. This is a 60%. Keep an eye on this number. If this number is being exceeded, then your roster, there is something wrong in your roster. Your number, your wages should not exceed 14,900. All calculations are automatic. Don't worry about it. You just need to put the number of hours. Everything will be calculated for you. Weekly wages, if you are over budget, if you are under budget, everything will be calculated. Prepare a wage budget for the roster period. Use template provided. No need for this. While preparing roster, this is in 2.1. So in 2.1, you should develop roster week 1. 2.2. While preparing roster, ensure efficiency in operation and customer service with nothing to do in 2.2. So put X on 2.2. Put X on 2.2. 2.1 is a week 1 roster. 2.3. Shia and Ram, both married. Oh, now we know who are the married people. Shia and Ram, they can't work after 9 p.m. See? Shia and Ram, both married and have requested not to set their roster time after 9 p.m. We're still on week 1, guys. We're still on the same roster, on the week 1 roster. There is some requirements as well. Put line under Shia and Ram. They can't work after 9. For this week. So please, in week 1 roster, what information you have? You have general information from the scenario. You have Shia and Ram. They can't work after 9 because they are married. You have John cannot work on Saturday, and you cannot work on Sunday because you are on compassionate leave. These are the requirements for week 1 roster. Develop your week 1. So you have all the information related to week 1. So 2.1, 2.3 is the week 1 roster. Use all the information in the scenario for the opening, closing, the maximum number of hours, plus the information in part A, and develop your week 1 roster. 2.2, nothing to do. So 2.1, 2.3 is the week 1 sheet that you need to use. The sheet that I have sent it to you. So 2.1, 2.3 is the roster. 2.2, nothing to do. These are the templates that they give it to you guys. If you need to use these templates, use it. If you don't need to use it, use mine. The things that makes you happy, please do it. But trust me, mine is very professional. If you need to use these templates, use it. It's up to you. But here, the templates I provided to you, it's unprofessional. There is no calculations. You need to do manual calculation. You'll get stuck, especially with the calculations. You need at least 2 months to finish your roster. So use mine, is very simple. So if you don't need to use them, these templates here on the assessment, just leave them. So part A, 2.1, 2.3 is the week 1 roster. Okay, guys, is the week 1 roster. 2.2, nothing to do. Now part B. Part B, guys, is week 2 roster, please. Put next to part B, week 2 roster. Within the prepared roster, conduct a consultation meeting with colleagues and staff to ensure input in the roster. 2.4. Conduct a discussion session with the 3 staff. You as a manager, you have decided to conduct a session with the 3 staff. Chef, Dimitra, manager, John, and head waiter, Shia. You had a meeting with them. To get input on roster plan for next week. To get some information on the roster for the next week, for week 2. Why? Because this is what we do in reality. What we do, guys, we do a meeting with the managers, with the chefs, with the managers, and to get some information. Input, it means information. To get information on roster plan for next week. Instructor will act as a chef and 2 students will act as a John and Chia for the meeting. Get input on the need of any change in the roster. Guys, what does input mean? Pretend that you had a meeting. Pretend that you had a meeting with the chef and the other manager and the head waiter, Shia. You can use Shia, guys. See, they put Shia as a head waiter. You can use the Shia as a head waiter. I told you to select one head waiter, so the best person, select Shia, because they put Shia here as a head waiter. Select Shia as a head waiter. So pretend that you met them and you got some information from them for the next week, for week 2 roster. What information? In this table, pretend that you met them, you had a meeting with them, and they give you some information. Put this information here. For example, as you see on my screen, guys, for the chef Dimitra, I put, this is a make-up from me. I make it up by myself. For Dimitra, I said he's in a leave on Monday. Monday, he's not available. For Sue, I put he can't work on Tuesday afternoon. He's available until 3 p.m. If you have any different information, you put them. It's up to you. So pretend that you met them and you got some information in regards to Chef Dimitra and in regards to Sue. And put the information in the table. For example, Dimitra is not available on Wednesday, so he can't work or she can't work on Monday. It's up to you. But this is what I put, as you see on my screen. This is the input. This is the information I put it for my roster. If you need to put some different information for your roster, it's up to you. So pretend that you met them and you got a different or some information for week 2 roster in regards to Chef Dimitra and Sue. 2.5. So 2.4, you just need to put the input, which is the information in the table. You just need to fill up the table. And 2.5, based on the input during the discussion, update the roster. Roster week number 2 in 2.5. Based on the information you put for Dimitra and for Sue, you update week 2. Week 1 is the main, you just change and you update based on the new requirements for Dimitra and Sue. But don't be smart. Don't tell me there is no information, there is no input to keep the roster as it is. No, you should have input. You should have information. Dimitra should not be work one day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. And Sue should have different requests as well. Don't tell me there is no information, there is no request for Dimitra and for Sue to make it easy to keep roster as it is. No, you should have some requests. And based on the requests, based on Dimitra request and Sue request, you update your roster in 2.5. So 2.5 is week 2. Clear? 2.1 is week 1. 2.2, nothing. 2.3, the same requirements, week 1 roster. 2.4 is the information, Dimitra request and Sue request. 2.5 is the week 2 roster. Where is the week 2? Sheet number 2. That's why, guys, I told you, week 1 is the main one, and week 2 is the update one. Week 1 is the guidelines for you. If you did the week 1 roster correctly, this will be good guidelines to you. Week 2 will be easy. And week 3 will be easy. Why? Because you have some different requests or extra requests. Like now in part B, you have requests for Dimitra and requests for Sue. You just need to update Dimitra and Sue schedule, and you can keep the rest as it is. But when you change Dimitra and Sue, there is some changes. So keep an eye on the other changes as well. Keep an eye on the other changes. 2.6. Let me just read questions quickly. What's this? No, we can't change Paula Denise the sheets. I didn't give an access to change the sheets, please. So keep it in English. Hi Hassan, on the document Poplan is asking me for a password to keep using. No, you should not. He should not ask you for. Is in Spanish, but it's basically asking. You should not have. You should not. You can use it. You just put edit documents and that's it. You can use it. Paula Denise said I can't use the sheet. Okay. This Iri, thank you. I got it. Okay, I just quickly need to add Victor, and I can take 2 minutes break. 44667. 44677. Paula, you can use it. I'm pretty sure you can use it. Just ignore the password. The password, it is required if you did some changes. in my sheet. Yes, they ask you for password. Don't do any changes in the sheet. This is very important. Okay, my dear friend. If you are doing changes, yeah, Victor, he said, the roster file, it's opened with no issues on my computer. Yes, I put password, correct, because if accidentally you did some changes on the calculations, on my calculations, then there is a message will pop up on the screen asking for password. So I just need to keep you safe. If you need to change anything from my roster, they will ask for password. You can't change. Why? To keep you safe in relation to the calculations. Because might be while you are working on the roster, accidentally you did some changes. See? Because you're trying to do some changes. Yes, that's why they ask you for password. See, guys, I did it in a very professional way. Why? Because might be you pressed or you clicked on any keyboard or any tab accidentally. Then everything will be changed. You will get lost. So that's why if something accidentally happened with you, you're doing accidentally some changes, automatically there is a message will pop up on the screen asking for password. This is for your safety. I use my brain, guys, always. I use my brain when I do things. I tried to open same issue, I can't open or password, and I went to our student email and downloaded from there. Okay, so I think it's all clear so far, guys, right? I'm giving you tips, hints, explaining in details. So let's go to 2.6. What's the 2.6? Thank you, Pantira. Thank you, Shoran. So 2.4 and 2.5. 2.4 is the input. Thank you, Shonika. 2.4 and 2.5 is the 2.4 is the information request, Dimitra request. What does information mean? It means Dimitra request and Sue request. 2.5 is the week 2 roster. Take the week 1 as a guidelines and do update in 2.5, do update in week 2 based on Dimitra request and Sue request. 2.6. To administer roster, prepare a register book to log in, log out. What you need, guys, here, you need to get for me time in, time out sheet sample. You know, to administer roster, it's very important to monitor time in and time out for staff, right? Which is we call log in, log out. I don't know what time in and time out you use in your workplace, but do research on any time in, time out sheet, copy and paste it to 2.6. Empty, blank one. I just need you to get time in, time out sheet or log in, log out sheet. Go to Google, do research, time in, time out sheet. You get plenty. Select one and copy paste it here. It's very easy question in 2.6. See, I'm sharing screen. This is mine. This is mine. Sign in, sign out sheet. Get one like this or similar to this. In workplaces, some businesses, they're using time in, time out on the computer. Right? It is on the cash register itself sometimes. It's an electronic one. Some businesses, they still using the paperwork, like this one. So I need you to get one like this. Go to Google, do research on time in, time out, and you will get one like similar to this, copy and paste it. This is in 2.6. 2.7, print out the final roster. So roster, you need to print it out with the staff members in a clear format by Thursday evening. Also prepare email with the roster copy. They need to log in, register to record shift time for each. Also prepare email with the roster copy and the information that they need to log their time in the register book to record shift time of each staff. 2.7, guys. I don't need it. You just need to prepare email for the staff using your SBTA email. So no need to print out. So I need classmates to share their emails together. You need to send email to people or to one as if it is a group email, but you can send it just for one person, as if he's a group, and telling him or her that you have created a time in, time out sheet, and you need them to start, logging in and logging out. Okay, guys, in 2.6, you have developed the time in, time out, correct? So in 2.7, you need to tell them in an email that you have developed a time in, time out sheet, and you need them to start effectively from tomorrow, for example, to use this time in, time out sheet to monitor, to register their time. Right? Because usually in the workplace, when manager develops something, he need to communicate it with the staff. He need to share it with the staff. So you need to share this with the staff. You need to tell them by email that you have developed time in, time out sheet, and you need them to use it effectively from tomorrow. So 2.7 is an email, SBTA email. You send it to someone from your classmate and then screenshot the email and paste it under 2.7. Screenshot the email and paste it under 2.7. So 2.7 is only email. See, guys, this is my email. Something similar to this. Dear team, this is what I send it to one of my classmates. Dear team, please kindly find attach the copy of roster for your update. I have attached the copy just to communicate the roster with them. In regards to your attendance, I would like to remind you to fill up login and logout sheet when you come to work. It's more easier for the management to control your attendance and calculate your payment. We are located the book in front of the office. If you have any question, please don't hesitate me. Thanks for your attention and cooperation. Regards, Rainy Manager. I need email like this. You send it to your classmates and see, copy paste it, you screenshot it here. Rainy, she's one of my clever students, advanced diploma in hospitality. I used her assessment because I can't get my hard copy, my assessment, my electronic copy, I can't get it. Okay, guys, see the way she screenshot the email, it is clear to read it, easy to read the email. So I need email like this. And you know, see, she used her SBTA email, her student ID. She used her SBTA email. Part C and D, you have two options, guys. All clear so far? All clear, guys? Any question before before we talk about C and D, Anna Paula, why you mute yourself? You muted yourself, not me. Yes, Manuel, you have to. Because you need to tell the staff that the roster is ready, and you need to tell them about the login, log out. Okay, Manuel, you need to just attach it all. Okay, so all clear, guys, so far? Okay, very good. Everything is being explained easy. You guys, you tell me now. You have two options. Now it is the break time. And then our lecturing and assessment session. Shoraran, she said all goodbye. She's leaving, Shoraran. But she need to say all good. She said all goodbye. You have two options for part C and D, guys. Either I keep going without break instead of waiting for 1 o'clock. I can finish them now. C and D, they are easy. Or you need to do it at 1 p.m. I need people to vote. I need people to vote. I can finish C and D now, and will give you the whole time to type it, to work on it. People saying, please keep doing, keep going, keep doing. Only Michelle, she said C and D 1 p.m. Michelle, she's a loser. Let's keep going, keep going. Who else? I need people to vote, please. Both options can work with me. Juan Sang, keep going. Paul Denise, keep going. If I keep going, you can take the rest of the time. I just need 20 minutes for C and D. Only 20 minutes for C and D. And then no need to join me at the rest of the. You take the whole time. You will take the whole time to work on your assessment without joining me. But I will be online for any question. Okay, that means 95% of the students, they said to keep going. Okay, I just need to be fair. That's why I never decide. Even if I'm the decision maker, but I like to share it with you. Okay, so let's keep going. So what we're gonna do, guys, instead of waiting for 1 p.m. for another lecturing and assessment session, so we finish. We need just 30 minutes maximum. We finish this, then you will take the whole time yours. The whole time will be yours. Okay, because I have marked you for the both sessions. I put you in for the both session. So I will be online with you for any question. Definitely I will stay online. I will keep an eye on any message or on any email or any notification, but I will not interrupt you. It means I will stay online, but you will be with yourself working on your assessment. So far we have week 1 roster on A, week 2 roster in B, now in C. What we have in C? C, we have different requests. See, guys, I told you week 1 is the main. B, A is the main roster. B, we have new requests for Dimitra and Sue. That means the roster will be updated in week 2. Now in C, we have different requests. Let me see what the different requests. On Wednesday, James had minor injury on his hand. Oh, man, James, please line. James had minor injury on his hand. Doctor suggested him to give rest to his hand for 2 days. So in week 3 roster, James, he can't work for 2 consecutive days. Please take this note. Please take this note. James on week 3 roster. Now we started with the week 3 sheet. James, he got a minor injury. He can't work for 2 consecutive days. He informed that he won't be able to work on Friday night shift as a bartender. So he can't work Friday night shift as a bartender. So this is for James. This is James' request. This is what happened with James in week 3 roster. On the same afternoon, the same day, Joe called you. He called you. You are the manager, saying that he has to go to his friend program, so he won't be able to come to work for tomorrow. So Wednesday, this is what happened with James. Same day on Wednesday, Joe, he called that he can't work tomorrow. Which is tomorrow? Thursday. Because we are on Wednesday, he called on Wednesday. So Thursday, Joe, he can't work. So James, he has a minor injury. He needs 2 days rest. One of the 2 days is the Friday night. And Joe, he can't work on Thursday because he's going to his friend. And you know, this business is social culture friendly. Socio-cultural friendly. So he respect Joe request. You as a manager, you should respect Joe request. So in week 3 roster, you have only 2 requests, James and Joe. 2.8, based on this request, update your roster. 2.8 is the week 3 roster. See guys, it's very simple. Week 1 is the main one. Week 2, you have just 2 requests, and in week 3, another 2 requests. It's very simple. 2.8 is the week 3 roster. 2.9, print the roster and email it. Don't print it, just send it email, something similar to the previous one, SBTA email. Something similar to the previous one. Use SBTA email. See guys, this is the email. Ignore this table because she screenshot the roster here, but you don't need to screenshot the roster. Roster should be attached as a separate file on your portal. When you submit your assessment, you upload it as a separate file as well. Not on the team app, on the portal. See the email she said, she sent it to her friend. Dear team, please find the roster updated for week number 3. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask me. Thanks for your kind attention. Regards, Rainy Manager. Very simple email, easy to clear, easy to read. She sent it and she screenshot it here. I need the same, guys, please. The same. So here in 2.9, you just need to send email to the staff telling them about the week 3 roster based on the new request. Based on the new request. Just 2 seconds, guys. I just need to see something urgent here. Okay. No, it's not freezing. I said just give me 2 minutes. Okay, guys. Part D. Part D. So we finished the roster. We finished week 1. We finished week 2. We finished week 3. On Wednesday evening, let's see part D. Now there is no more roster. Okay, guys? On Wednesday evening, while checking the register, you know the register, the login, log out, the one you have developed in the previous question. On Wednesday evening, you are the manager. While checking the register, you find out that even if those staff are logging their names, some missed entering their break times, while others failed to log in correct. So people, they are not following the rules. So people, they are not following the rules. Some of them, they are failed to log in correctly. And some of them, they are entering their break times incorrectly. And this will have, will get confusion, will cause confusion in the calculations, right, guys? In the calculations, in the wages calculations. Also, due to unavailability of Joe, you had to arrange someone to help in the kitchen on Thursday and to make, this is not important. Let me see 2.10. On Wednesday evening, conduct a meeting with the staff members to monitor effectiveness of the roster. So on Wednesday evening, you decide to conduct a meeting with the staff to monitor if the roster is effective. Meeting should include 3 staff, Dimitra, manager, John, and head waiter. Instructor will act as a chef. So 2.10, nothing to do. 2.11, it's not important. During meeting, identify the ways in which roster and roster development process can be improved and decide on action items. You have an action table, guys. Pretend that you had a meeting with them. You're asking them about the roster. You had a meeting with the head chef. You had a meeting with another manager. You had a meeting with the head waiter. And you need to get feedback on the roster that you have developed. Make it up by yourself. Put some feedback, some suggestions. The head waiter give you some suggestion. The manager, he give you some suggestion. Don't tell me there is no suggestion. Where you need to put the suggestions, you need to put the suggestions in the table provided. See, example, Rainy, what suggestions she put. Suggestion number 1, she said, need more people. Roster, she has shortage in staff. Action item, she said, adding more people in the busy time to maximize the service. The owner, who will do this? John. Who gives this suggestion? John. Due date to finish this suggestion, 15/3/2020. See, this is an example. So pretend that you had meeting with John and the chef and the head waiter. And every one of them, he gave you a different suggestion. Dimitra, he gave you suggestion. John, manager, he give you another suggestion. And head waiter, Shia, he give you another suggestion. Suggestion, it means feedbacks to improve the roster. Feedbacks to improve the roster. Okay? Take the first example as this example. So there is a suggestion from John. He need more people on the roster. Action, how this will be executed, how this will be done. Adding more people in the busy time to maximize the service. Who suggests this? John. What's the due date? This is the due date. This is called a feedback on the roster. Suggestion on the roster. So 2.10, nothing to do. 2.11 is the suggestion. 2.12. One of the suggestions. 3 suggestions. Yes, I only need 3 suggestions. One from Dimitra, one from John, one from Shia, one from the chef, one from the manager, and one from the head waiter. 2.12. One of the suggestions that came out of the meeting was to link login and log out in the register with the wages provided. Very good. See, guys, one of the suggestions that staff, they give it to you, to link, please put line under this, to link the login, log out to the wages. That's very important. And this is what we do in the workplace. This is what I did in my workplace. Okay, guys, people, when they sign in, when they do sign out, automatically the hours will be calculated and the wages for this day will be calculated. That's good. That's a good system. This is what we do in reality. So one of the suggestions that came out from the meeting, they need you as a manager, they ask you to link the login, log out in the register with the wages provided, with the accounting system. The link, sign in, sign out, when we done automatically, electronically, should be linked to the accountant, to the paymaster, the person who pay the wages. This way, if somebody failed to log their times, he will not be paid. See? Why they need you to link? Because if someone failed to do login, log out, he will not be paid. If someone he genuinely made a mistake, they must email one of the managers with an explanation and details of what occurred. So if someone he forgot to do login, he should email the manager and explain what happens in details. Based on this suggestion, take appropriate action by writing an email to send to all staff regarding the new clock in, clock out process and what steps should be taken if they fail to adhere to the new system. So, based on this suggestion, you need to send email to the staff. So in 2.12 is an email. You need to tell them that effectively from this day, for example, you will link the log in, log out to the wages. So people who will not doing any login or log out, you need to tell them in this email, right? You need to tell them this in the email. If they fail, you need to tell them that you need to link the login, log out to the wages system. If someone failed to do login, he will not be paid. He will be unpaid. And he should email, if someone he failed to log in, he should email the manager straight away. So this is the three things you need to talk about in your email. Same as this example. She used her SBTA email. Dear team, I hope this email finds you well. I would like to inform you that there is a technical issue regarding login and logout system. If there is any problem about these things, please feel free to contact me or John so we can find out the problems. And you can add on this message as well. You need to tell them if you fail to do login or log out, you will not be paid. You will not be paid. This is the email. So in 2.12, you have only email. Well done. We close the chapter. Assessment finished. Well done. We close the chapter. Assessment finished. Very good job. Very good job. Let me see the questions now. What's this? When you said we have to use SPT aim and as you said, we just take a screenshot. Yes, a screenshot. You send the email, you use your SPTA email, you send it, then you go to the send folder, screenshot it, and paste it to the question. Same what my girl did, what Rainy did. Well done, boys and girls. We close the chapter, we've done, we've finished. You have the whole day now to work on your assessment without any interruption. You have the whole day to work on it. I will stay online just in case you have any question, just in case you need to send me an email. I will not interrupt you. I marked your attendance for both sessions. I know time is squeezing. You have only till Friday. That's why I have decided to finish now. So I will give you the rest of time to work on your assessment. I need you to enjoy your break. Now there is 2 assessments. I need to mark them. The previous one and this one. So it's gonna be very hard if you didn't pass, if you didn't get competent. That's why, guys, I'm giving you plenty of time to organize yourself, to work